In the heart of a busy city where life raced forward with every passing second, there was a man named Aarav. He believed that his work, his long hours in the office, and the money he brought home were enough to sustain his family. His wife, Priya, however, often felt neglected. She would argue with him about how little time he spent with her and their children, how the house felt more like a cold hotel than a home. But Aarav would brush off her concerns with a simple, dismissive statement. "I provide for this family. What more do you want?" His words were final, and Priya, defeated, would fall silent. She had learned to carry the weight of her own pain, burying it under the routine of daily life. There was nowhere for her to go, no one who would understand her struggles. Society's judgment was harsh for a woman who dared to step out of her husband's shadow. So Priya endured in silence, her heart growing heavier with each passing day. One day Priya fell ill. A fever gripped her body, leaving her weak and drained. Still, she pushed herself to make breakfast, pack the children's lunches, and carry on with the household chores. She collapsed onto the bed afterward, too tired to even move. Aarav barely noticed. He glanced at her briefly, said, "You should see a doctor," and left for work, as if it were nothing more than a passing comment. By the evening, Priya's condition worsened. She called Aarav, hoping for some care, but his reply was cold. "I'll pick up medicine on my way back." He brought it home, handed it to her without a word, and left her to fend for herself. That night, Priya lay alone in bed, her fever burning through her, her body trembling from the illness. Aarav slept soundly in the next room, unaware of her pain, dreaming of meetings and deadlines. His world continued, untouched by the suffering of the woman who had kept everything running smoothly. The next day, Aarav left for work once again. Priya could barely lift herself from the bed, her condition deteriorating further. By the time Aarav returned home, she was too weak to even recognize him. He rushed her to the hospital, but it was too late. Priya had slipped away quietly, leaving nothing but the silence of an empty room. In the days that followed, the house, once a well-oiled machine, descended into chaos. Aarav struggled to find his clothes, his files, even a clean shirt. The children cried out for their mother, and his mother, too, felt the weight of the loss. She was no longer able to manage the household without Priya's steady hands guiding everything. Meals were forgotten, schedules fell apart, and Aarav realized with painful clarity that Priya had been the heart of their home, the glue that held it all together. Her absence was a void that nothing and no one could fill. As Aarav sat alone in the disarray of the home, he felt a deep, crushing emptiness. The house no longer needed him. It needed Priya. She had been the one who made everything work, who kept their world in balance, and now she was gone. In his grief, Aarav understood too late that it wasn't the money or the work that had held the family together. It was Priya's silent sacrifices, her love, her care. And now, without her, everything had fallen apart. This story serves as a reminder. Take nothing and no one for granted. Cherish those who quietly bear the weight of life alongside you, the ones who wake up early and stay up late, who make sure the world around you runs smoothly, often without praise or recognition. Value them before it's too late, for life is fragile, and regret comes when it's already too late to make things right.